not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I was having problems with the lights, that's why I'm a little bit late, but I was able to figure it out while the thing was going. Good morning. And also, I got the little chat thing working in YouTube, so that's good. How are you? Good morning, Win, TLA Trader. Oh, so what was your name before? Oh, it was Tommy. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so let's see what we got going here on the charts. So, let's start Friday. Friday had a pretty okay day in the S&P 500, although, was pretty bad. But I mean, I think that this is a lot of like options and rebalancing, end of month rebalancing flows. Now we're kind of like at the beginning of the cycle again. It looks like the ES is depressed a little bit, and I'm seeing a lot of news about Evergrande and that sort of a thing coming over to the treasuries. Pretty strong move in the treasuries. Again, I think end of month rebalancing, but I'm not sure. But then here, selling continues again. Oil. Now, oil, we got OPEC coming up here soon, right? I think it's like this week, next week. They're expected to increase the supply, but we'll see. Like we got some problems because there's just not enough oil out there, right? Natural gas is still really wild, but not new highs yet. Gold and silver being pressured with the increase in yields, but nothing too bad. Copper doing okay. Okay, so copper doing okay. That's really good. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has been doing great. So there was a really big up move on Friday. Granted, we're still where we were like 2 weeks ago. But and from a technical perspective, at least the technical analysts, I'll read that as really bullish. So we'll see what happens. Again, if this like falls, that's going to be awfully discouraging for them. Okay. Dollar falling back down after being up in the 94s all of last week. Looks like it's being driven by a move in the euro too. And I'm just noting here, the start of the bond session, we are getting a move down. So, let me blow my nose here. Numerology. Just like she was after my money. I've never heard of that. So, The less probable scenario of 800,000 barrels per day production increase in November without any increase in December is also on the table. OPEC, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing with OPEC headlines that I have learned. I've learned this. They say lots of things. So, like especially when they're saying like stuff is on the table, you kind of have to just take those with a grain of salt. Yeah, I gotta adjust my microphone here, I think. Let's fix this. There we go. How about that? Nice and close. Yields bouncing on breakout levels, asks the market ear. Well, There's still, so we're still around 132. It's interesting. I mean, it was a really strong move on Friday. So now we're coming back. It seems like that 132 area is like becoming some support once again. Look at that, up to the highs quite easily. Japan's Prime Minister Kishida, we need to think about tax on investments. Big oil spill in California. I did hear about that. And they're saying a lot of beaches were going to be closed. I watch tarot readers and psychics, and they make more money on YouTube than most other content creators. Really? I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to make something for kids. I want to make like some sort of content. It seems to me that it's the strategy for kids is a little bit more simple. You know what I mean? But I don't know what I would do. I'm not really an artist. Should have been an artist. I could have put the time and effort into it. Oh well. I don't know. I feel like I could make a trade here, but then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I don't know if I really actually have anything here. I mean, I suspect that the move is going to be down, but the flow is being fickle enough. I'm not so sure I can make that call. It's amazing what people are jumping on. Well, just look at what happened here in the trading space. It was just, especially after the GameStop, like through the summer, it was insane, wasn't it? It was really, there was some points where it was really quite unreal. And, one of the things that I find really troubling is that I feel like many of the people that were, I don't know, I don't want to say the least informed, but I don't think that it was the best content creators that benefited from that. You know what I mean? Not enough in the hours in the day during these busy years. No, it's not. What's frustrating to me is that I was going to do, I'm going to bring this up a little bit. I was going to be working on our light sign. I got all the stuff for it. And then, I told you guys about how on Thursday night I blew the circuit, right? So I was planning on programming that all day Friday, and I didn't get to do that. But I did do some running. I did make a video, so we got a video that will come out today. I have another video written, although I think probably today I should go through and try and make it funny. I think I need to put more lighthearted stuff in there. And hopefully then I can record that one Tuesday night and get that, start editing that and have that ready for next week. And then I wrote scripts for 2 other videos. Technically the other one would be 3, but made 1. Oh yeah, let's turn on the robots. And let's turn on the text-to-speech. Forgot about that. And the robot. Yeah, you see when I was saying, well, I think that they're going to go down, we were below the open.
What's enabled? I didn't hear my voice ask this earlier. Instance mom says are the robots enabled? At speculators at day trading in E will get you started this morning, then I have to run some errands.
Oh, gotcha. Well, thank you very much. We were kind of down towards here, and I was like, maybe I want to go long, maybe I want to go short, and now they're all the way back up there at the top. And I don't think. Oh, actually, I take that back. It looks like there was a decent amount of volume behind that. 4,000 contracts buying into O3. Oh my. Looks like we've got a battle on our hands. Okay, but for me, that's when this is a good opportunity to not touch it. Okay, so there was 8,000, almost 9,000 hit O3, and they weren't able to clear it. But that is a lot of volume willing to hit into it for starters. But that's a pretty big iceberg too. Hello, AO. How are you doing today? So when I'm getting two big guys trading against each other like that, I don't necessarily want to touch it. What is most likely to happen in a situation like that is that we get caught at O3 for a while. So it's better for us to sit back for a while and let the market maker sort it out. I guess one thing that we do have to remember is that icebergs tend to be more hedges and so forth. So maybe it's not as big of a deal as I think. I don't know. No, it's just an interesting. It's a pretty big trade to be seeing early on a Monday, right? So I changed things over on my my OBS so that I can see the YouTube chat within OBS, but I still got like mild chat too, and I feel torn. There's things I like about both of them. Well, you can't like click on the people's names within the YouTube one, so that's interesting. Oh, this guy wants a, let's see here. I'm looking for a market analyzer template that screens all stocks and gives alerts when the delta, positive or negative, of a particular candle is how many times greater than the highest delta from the last 3 days. If delta is negative, how many times smaller delta from the lowest delta of the last 3 days? Okay, and they are able to get through O3. $10K traded O3, so they only traded 1,000 more or so to get through there, and then they almost completely pulled at O3 half. So we should be careful about that now because the market maker is basically pulling. Oh man, is the thermostat on and heating the house up again? I freaking can't stand this stuff. I can hear it on. Oh no, that's just the PC. It's not that hot, but it feels hot in here. It's probably 70 degrees in here. So here lately, it appears everything has been moving up. Like literally everything. Gold, silver, oil, S&P 500, all the treasuries. Is there anything that's down? Or that moved down? The dollar moved down. So could this just be dollar driven? If you tried using vidIQ, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar, but isn't that just a way of an analytics website? I'll boost your views and subscribers. No. Oh, just, yeah, I think that it's just analytics, and then they have like a tips channel. Yeah. They trend alerts. Yeah. I think we know if we want more subscribers, we know what we got to do, right? We got to put videos out every week, and we've got to put out videos that appeal to people browsing on the front page of YouTube is what it comes down to. This video that I'm putting out today, which is basically about data feeds, because I was getting asked about that. And I realized I didn't really have a video about that. That one is going to show up in the search results. I don't think that it's really going to take off in the front page. The one I do after that, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Then the one after that, I don't think that it's well designed, like content that will really appeal to the front page. But I think I've got, because this is going to be the one about the inelastic market, and I think that I'm going to try and put it as like the definitive answer to technical analysis, and hopefully that will attract people on the front page. Anyways. Yeah, you know what? I did this whole thing where I got the camera on the teleprompter and all of that. And I don't know if it's working, because I have to push this screen down a little bit. So like my options now are raise the screen up or give up on this idea. And I'm kind of feeling at the moment to just give up on this idea because I feel like I'm looking down, like I have to look down like this. And I don't like it. Back below the 03. Well, I haven't fallen completely back, but if that was with as much volume as they were trading there, if they were to stop and come down to the lows, that would be awfully disappointing for some people, wouldn't it? Excuse me. Probably. I guess my other option is to buy another camera. I mean, I could try and go and get a Sony full frame camera or something like that, but like an A7 maybe?
Block by.
Block by again. Huh. Maybe that isn't his goal. Well, here's the goal. The goal is to make $2,000 a month that I can use to pay for an editor. I think that's the goal. I think that's what I want to do. Trade looks dead. No, something's going on under the surface here. Something's going on under the surface here. I'm still in like, I don't want to touch it mode because that's so much volume that traded there at 03. But something's going on. Yeah, what is the goal for your channel? Yeah, the goal is to make $2,000 a month to pay for a video editor. I think that's the goal. And then 10,000 subscribers, that's the other goal. So to get there, we need to try and make videos every week. And we need videos that appeal more to people on the front page. And we need to make better thumbnails, and we need to make more engaging videos. See, the more engaging videos part is the hard part because I'm not so sure if I'm super good at that. I think that I have a really information dense videos, and for the people that really understand that this is like the real deal kind of information that they're looking for, then it's really engaging. But for the majority of people, I don't think that it is. So how do you do that? And you're selling something really complicated, right? So yeah. Gotcha. It's a mosquito. No need to change the camera. Well. So let me explain the camera thing again. I have this camera right here. I have the teleprompter. Well, you'll see it. You'll see in this video that releases in 45 minutes or so. I have this camera right here, and if I bring it up full screen, here's the two problems with it. Okay, number one is that here's me reading you, so I have to look all the way over here. This is me reading you, and this is where it was before. So right now, and where it was before. Levi, hey, thank you very much for subscribing. Hey, make sure that you go to Speculators app, download the indicator suite, and then send me an email with your NinjaTrader machine ID so that I can set you up with the indicators. Yeah? So some people, they'll join Elite and then they don't do that. You'll find a 2K per month editor on Upwork. Yeah, I think we can find one. YouTube Shorts help a lot? Really? Yeah, well, so I do the TikToks. And I don't know, I kind of posted the shorts over to YouTube, but then I kind of wasn't, I don't know. $10,000 subscribers and you'd be surprised. 10,000 is still pretty small. I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about because there definitely is a point at which you get enough subscribers that you got to keep it up, and it gets harder. But and that's the other thing is like, okay, so I'm spending $2K per month on a video editor. I'm still in the same spot that I am, so they would need to then almost double the amount per month that the stream is making before, well, even way more than that before I would be able to like do it full time, right? But sometimes when you take off like that, it's like you're making millions. So I don't know. So here is a Sony A7 mirrorless, but I think it's an older one. Anyways, okay, so I got distracted, okay? Problem number one is, this is where I have to look to read you. This is where I had to look before. So don't like having to turn my head so much. Problem number two is that here's the teleprompter, and when I'm reading, with it this close, you can see my eyes move, right? So it doesn't look as natural if it is close. And then problem number three is you can't see the computer in the background, which I think is a big help, right? So if I got a second camera, I could set that second camera up over there, and I could do the same perspective that I normally do in my videos, but I can just leave the camera there all the time, right? So that would be the advantage of getting another camera. The disadvantage of getting another camera is they're expensive. It's like $1,000. The TikTok shorts ported to YouTube is not considered original content by YouTube. Oh. See, the thing is I'm not willing to sit down and make a video for TikTok and for YouTube. And the other issue is that I don't know if the YouTube shorts would make that big of a difference for me if I put all my effort into YouTube shorts versus TikTok. Seems to me that TikTok is the platform to be, and I would much rather put the effort into TikTok. And I've been doing okay on TikTok. In fact, we're almost to 4K subscribers on TikTok, I think. Of course, the other issue is that number of subscribers doesn't necessarily help you. Because it still comes down to, on a per video basis, do people click the link? Do people watch it? Or I could just trade and make money that way. Yeah, but we do both, right? During these 2 hours, we trade for sure. Okay, now they are pushing down here. Look at that. That was so fast. He hates trading. No, I love trading. I love trading. I just wish that well, let me put it this way. Yeah, I'm all about multiple streams of income. I'm probably not going to quit my day job from trading. I could quit my day job from YouTube. I think that to do this full time on YouTube, the scope of the channel would have to increase substantially, but I would like to do that. I would like to do that full time. And there are people out there that are doing this full time that I think I can do it better. All you need is trading and you can make a lot of it. You can, but no. Probably with the way that we trade, you're probably not going to make this your day job. Probably not. It's too inconsistent. Also, maybe use YouTube Shorts to share screens such as the one you posted for stop runs. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, that was a good idea. That one requires editing time, though. You know, that's one of those things that's like, okay, if I was doing this full time, I would be like, I would end the stream, and then I would go and I would find something from the stream and turn it into a short. Post it on YouTube and TikTok. And then I would go and write a thing, and maybe I would do a video every day. I don't know. Maybe a video every other day, something like that. Make a video, and it would probably be a lot more general market stuff. You know, covering specific news stories, maybe a news recap every day, something like that. Right? And then I would hopefully be. But here's the thing: is that it's not. It's actually not so much about me doing it full time, because, like I said, the first thing that I'd do is I would hire somebody else. I think that the bigger thing is that I want to develop it into a business. You know, I want to develop it into a thing where there are multiple people working together to help produce the best content for you guys, right? Invite successful YouTubers. Nah, I don't think that actually helps you that much. I don't think you need to do that. I think that you just got to make videos that have catchy thumbnails that people click and watch. I think it's that simple. A lot of what we do is a little too esoteric, right? People become wealthy off investing in real estate. Now, YouTube, people become millionaires off of YouTube quite frequently. And we would invest, but it wouldn't be making all that from day trading. I'm sorry, but this idea that you come in, you're a retail trader, you're going to day trade for a living, not realistic. Only like 1% of traders even really reliably make money, and the amount of money that they make might not be all that much to speak of, unless you have a ton of money to begin with. Yep, you got to leverage people's limited attention span. Well, for me to make $100,000 a year, I'm probably not going to do it from scalping micro futures, right? Just the start of the stream where you do the cross asset walk flow, that's good enough for YouTube. Yeah, probably is. Probably is. It's just, I have a day job. And then I work out. So I only realistically have 2 hours every day outside of the stream to work on that sort of a thing. And I'm already using that time for TikTok. So. Because go okay. By the way, I wanted to change up. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Meet Kevin was making, I think he was making, $5 million a year. There you go. There you go. And the whole thing is like, why am I not doing that? Yeah. Because I'm doing futures, I guess. I'm not as interesting. I don't know. So we came back down to the 132 even, but then you notice that it's kind of been stuck here. And also note that from about 02 to 132 even, that it basically did it on almost no volume. So I think what they're doing is they got everybody long, and now they're trying to squeeze them out. I think that it sounds to me like you have unrealistic expectations, bud. Sorry. Listen, if you want to be wealthy, start a hedge fund. Like honestly, the way that you make big money from doing the sort of thing that what we're doing is you graduate to being a CTA or a hedge fund manager. Scalping futures is a humble profession. And you're probably not going to make money to justify the amount of time that you put into it. Only do it if you enjoy it. But if you get good at it and you want to make the big money, then become a CTA or a hedge fund manager. It's the freaking truth. Okay. Who says you're not doing it? Well, then do it. But I sounds to me like you're saying, "Oh, just scout these futures and you're gonna become a millionaire." No, don't want. I can't let that slide because I think that gives traders that would come in here an unrealistic expectation that is likely to cause them to overtrade and fail. So we don't want to say that, right? Okay. So they push down a little bit. They come back to 132 even. Note, though, the micro's not backing off. You take long-term positions. That's good. I have an okay, decent stock portfolio. But I really like the YouTube channel, and I want to be as successful as I can with the YouTube channel. A lot of it is just the challenge of it, Like it really is. It's like the challenge of having a YouTube channel and doing the best at the YouTube channel, and helping you guys out, right? Like you guys help me out so much. I wouldn't be where I am today without the little things that you guys share with me. Channel wouldn't be where it is today without the amount of effort that you guys go through helping the channel out. You know, watching the videos, leaving comments on them. So the video that's coming out today is on data feeds and CQG and Rhythmic. So, oh, you know what? I can come in here and I can edit this and forward you to it. I think, right? Redirect. Oh, it doesn't. I don't know why, but with the redirect, it never shows me any videos that I can choose to redirect you to. But make sure that you guys go and watch that video and leave a comment on it. When you leave a comment on it, that really helps the video out. And I'm sure that you guys will have comments, right? Because you all doing different things with the data. So you tell me what you're doing with your data. And yeah, we get the YouTube, and then think about it. If this really, like, if I was Meet Kevin, right? Let's say that we were having the amount of success that Meet Kevin was. Well, number one, we would be managing a larger portfolio probably. But then number two is we could have all of these in place. We could hire somebody that is an editor, and we can hire somebody to be a writer, to like help spice up what I write. And we can hire somebody to just be a securities analyst to do some of that programming work, right? We can hire some programmers to help spiff up the indicators that we got and expand them to other platforms so that you guys on Sierra Charts could have them, and to make new things, and to do little small analyst things that we could then turn around and make YouTube videos off of, right? Like, there's so much we could do with it. So I totally want to leverage the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is a big edge. It's a big edge, and we should try and utilize it. And we've done really well with it. I made more money with it than I know what to do with it. You know, like, how do I put it back in a way that helps the channel out, right? Does Jigsaw have a tryout version? I don't believe that it does. So they have a money back guarantee, but since it includes education, you only get your money back for the software and not for the education. So how would I approach this? If you are going to trade off of the DOM, then you know that's what you're going to do, right? And Jigsaw is unquestionably the best platform. So I don't think that there are very many people that, you know, they get into Jigsaw and then they don't want to use it anymore, right? Like the person that purchases Jigsaw, they know that's what they want. They buy Jigsaw and then they use it for years. And I mean, that's what I did. I started out from day one purchasing Jigsaw. Yep. Dave says things. Yeah, I get it. It's a big decision at the beginning, right? And there's a lot of there's other things that are free. And I guess that's another thing is I'm going to bet that for most Jigsaw customers, that Jigsaw was not their first platform. I'm going to bet that most of them started with NinjaTrader or Sierra Charts and then wanted the better DOM and went and purchased Jigsaw. So, but there's not like a demo version, unfortunately. Well, Jay not doing so hot today. Took one small loser, flipped around, got stopped out of that one. So the E-mini dropping here a little bit. Treasury not really doing a whole lot since they got to 132 even. I do kind of watching this. So I probably should have gone long at like 1.49 at one point, right? But I was risk off, and I think that was probably the appropriate thing to do. We just kind of note that there was some order flow up there that like really aggressive buying that we know, like if that sputters out, they come back below the open, it probably could be worth. I guess the issue is that by the time it came back to the open, that would have, like, the best we could have gotten was like maybe 1.5, right? Oh, you know what? The other thing that I didn't mention is that we do have an affiliate link in the video description. So the channel gets us a what is it called? A commission. The channel gets a commission if you end up buying Jigsaw through our affiliate link. So I really appreciate it if you decide to buy Jigsaw, that you use our affiliate link, and then we funnel that back into making the channel better. So that was kind of all the stuff that we were talking about before is, you know, what should we do? What can we do to help the channel out the most? I think I'm going to keep the camera the way that it is right now. I'm going to make a few videos like this and see what you guys think. So you can tell me what you think about the one that I made today. That you tell me if it feels unnatural, like that I'm just reading off of a teleprompter, because I am reading off of a teleprompter in the video that comes out in 15 minutes. Otherwise, we just save it until the time at which we're getting enough consistent income that we can hire people. That's what I think we do. Or we'll just invest it. Although I think that if I do it with the next little bit, it's either going to be like maybe a year from now in Bitcoin or in something relatively safe. So we'll see. We'll see. But the only thing that I think I could do gear wise that could help is maybe get a Sony camera. So I'm really interested in doing it now all of a sudden though. I suspect a lung is in order right here. No, it'll either be like if a year from now my system is saying to go long, and I don't know if it's ever going to give another, like, honestly, Bitcoin just seems determined to stay unusually elevated, and this really is doing weird things that I can only explain away by that Tether is printing money and that money is coming in there that doesn't really exist. But if there was a crash in the cryptocurrency market and it was undervalued, then I would be willing to put that money into that. Otherwise, you would just put it into something relatively safe and wait, for an opportunity where we need it. So just buy options on Bitcoin. Alpha 1. Oh, I don't think you're probably wasting your time trying to tell Ace how to trade AO. He has his thing. He doesn't really even look Oh, that must be a new thing if you're getting a short signal on your 10-minute chart. I don't know. It does seem to me like today it's probably better to wait until the open to do something, right? Don't know why people don't buy options, because it's a losing game for most people buying them, right? The money is in the theta decay, and to do that one, you have to have a really big chunk of change. I mean, you can buy options, but then you need an extraordinary move. You're going to lose a lot. Can work out, but I don't know. It's a good way to get into things that are overpriced. Yeah. The thing that I found frustrating with the options is that, like, you gotta, you'll catch the big winner. Then you really actually have to, like, take your profits right then, and then it ends up going like more, and that whole thing is a pain to sort out. The issue with the camera thing is that I don't think that the perfect camera for me exists yet. I think that the perfect camera for me would be a camera that's like, well, I don't know. I think it would be better to have something that you could plug into the computer with USB 3, but I have to do some more research and see what the specific camera that I would want to get. Because if it's like gonna be like $800, then I could maybe justify it. The best full frame cameras. I think that what we want is an A7 III, but greetings from Spain. Hey, how are you? And that's a new name. Welcome to the stream. They're still kind of pressuring and like threatening it, but I don't know if it's gonna. Well, there is the big order there. That kind of looks to me like somebody trying to pressure them into doing something off of the open, right? Yeah, they was there, but he disappeared. You think a long hair might work? Well, watch. I should really pay attention to the order flow on the open here, huh? There you go. Yeah, I mean, I know you can make money with options. Here's the thing with the options thing. So, if you're going to have a strategy that is uninformed, right? That is, you really want to do like, I know nothing about the market or what's going on, then I think that you're more likely to find it in the options. To do it, you need to have a really good way of valuing the options. So I think there's some software out there that's pretty good, but you would probably do better to write your own system, right? To do some programming on it, to price them and find mispricings. And then, you can take advantage of mispricings and utilize, like a TLA trader is talking about here, that IVR rank and all of these sorts of things, right? But I think that for a small retail trader, especially if you've got a small account, that you're probably better off utilizing a strategy that relies on being informed. That means that you want to know everything about the market and all of the different macro plays that are going through and all of the different major order flows that are going through, and making your decisions based on those, and getting trying to improve your win rate with scalps. If you can get like 2-to-1 risk reward ratio and a 50% win rate, then that would be like, you'd be a freaking rock star, right? And that's probably more appropriate for small accounts. So if you want to do small accounts, then probably the best instrument to do is going to be the S&P 500 futures and the 10-year Treasury futures, right? Because those are the most economically sensitive instruments. Those are the instruments that are going to give you the most opportunities to make a trade based off of that knowledge that you have, right? Because then stocks aren't as good because, it's a different stock every day. It's different edges. I think that something that I see happen a lot is people get these Robinhood accounts and they're trading these teeny tiny little accounts. And then they go and YOLO 10% of their portfolio on an option, and you're not going to last very long doing that. And then they get lucky one time. So they get lucky and they make $100,000 or whatever the deal is. And then they burn it all trying to find the next one. Yeah, buy the OTM ones and get like, yeah. But like I said, you get lucky and then you burn it all looking for the next one. That's what happens. I can't tell you how many posts I've seen recently on Wall Street Bets where these people were showing, that earlier in the year they were making tons and tons of money and they were just getting absolutely decimated in the past week. It was quite scary, actually. But I know quite a bit about options strategies. I'm not trading them because I don't know how to do them or because I don't think that you can make money from them. I just don't think that they're appropriate for my particular situation. I got taught the option strategy from the GS guys. It was a crash course, but it was a good crash course. And I've read some books on options too. William Shatner is going to be going in space in the next week. That's cool. Still not the open yet, is it? That was like the longest 10 minutes ever, wouldn't you say? One of the advantages retail traders have is we don't have to pull the trigger. Yeah, I agree. I think that being very selective in when you trade, and not only that, but waiting for the time where the other guy is making a poor trade because he's really pressured and has to, I think is a really big is one of the key things that you want to be looking for as a retail trader, right? They don't know about the exchanges or dock polls, not even on the level 2 on options, so how can they win? Well, like I said, this is why so here's the thing. People want to make money with the minimum amount of effort possible. That's really the issue. Is if you're trying to do something with the minimum amount of effort, you're trying to make money minimum amount of effort, it ain't trading. I'm telling you, it ain't trading. Trading is the maximum amount of effort you could possibly put into something, right? And the rewards might be zilch. Okay, you want easy money? Go to a code camp, become a programmer. That's the easy money in this economy. I'm telling you, man. You can go to a coding camp and come out and be making $80,000, easy peasy, right? That is if you don't already have a nice job. I think I would expect that most of the people trading futures they're already doing fairly okay, because you need to have some extra income to be able to risk, right? Okay. So the whole thing is that people want to, because they're looking for the minimum amount of effort, they're looking for the trade where they don't have to really know what's going on. But the whole problem is that it's easier to just know what's going on. Knowing, what the institutional strategies are out there and how they're going to have to hedge and behave based on the flows that we're seeing going in. There are some situations where you can predict with extreme accuracy whether we're going to be up or down that day, especially around things like options expirations and month ends and that sort of a thing, right? So why even play that game when you can go and you can just be an informed trader, right? And where's the best place to be an informed trader? I say that it's in futures, at least from a day-to-day perspective. If you have a much larger portfolio, you could probably do stocks, but then it's about knowing what the big mover is that day. Okay, so they came down again pretty hard there. E-mini looks good. I think that you were right there, Ace, on the long. question is 43, 44 the right level? I may have just missed it here in the 10-year, man. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to go short at 30. Okay. Okay. So I'm happy with what I've got going in the ES now. I'm watching the Treasury and wondering what I can do here. Because I would like to be long yields. Of course, I would much rather be long yields at 1.49. We could have a more extended move. I mean, we got like we're just at like previous session's point of control. So, could they extend below that? It's possible. But it doesn't really give me like a really strong reason to be trying to take something here. If anything, it might be a good place to try and flip. So did you end up taking that before the open, or did you waited until the open? No, it looks like I'm gonna stop out of that one. Right at the open, I get you. If you can aim for 10 points. I don't understand why. Like, you've been around the stream for like 3 weeks. You would know that that's stuff that Ace kind of already knows, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't know each other that well. I'm just reading this and I'm like, you guys are like preaching to the choir with each other. We've both been trading for a long time. I don't know. I still kind of like it long NES, but The funny thing is that when I started, 10 points was like so much. Now it easily covers like 20, 30 points a day, right? So that's pretty aggressive selling there, I must say. The delta's all like still stronger on the long side, but I would say that those sellers are pretty insistent. And you can even see the treasuries there kind of backing off, right? Brent Trading says ARKK weakness in growth continues. Is that ARK is saying that? The world's top commodity trading houses face margin calls over natural gas. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oil up right now, by the way. Oil up. When you look at this downtrend, like in the 10-year and the 30-year, it's like, okay, yeah, they've been both ways here this morning. But when you look at the 5-year, it's just like a little bump and they're all down. Hey, Mark, thank you for subscribing. We've got so I would like to know, is there something I'm doing differently, or is it just the luck of the draw that we've had so many subscribers today? I really appreciate it. And hey, another thing is that for you guys that are subscribed, you should be able to get into the Discord. Well, the basic is mostly, I think it's the $5 one, lets you into the special channel in Discord. But if you have ideas about things that you would like to see, that you think would be beneficial for subscribers, let me know. Because the whole idea with that is that it's supposed to be able to give you closer access to me, so we can collaborate. And if there's things you think I can provide, you let me know, all right? Or you can message me on Discord anytime. All right, so I'm still kind of eyeing this in the treasuries here, if they're going to go lower or not. Okay, China flew 52 fighter planes towards Taiwan on Monday, so that's like the third day in a row now. You think the Biden administration is going to say anything about that? I doubt it, but the situation over there is kind of starting to get me a little scared, because I'm starting to wonder if China will be able to just waltz in and take it over and nobody's going to stop them. Okay, well, the E-mini's fighting it out here. I suppose if we're going to try along again, this is the place. Oh, geez, did that already stop me out? You gotta be kidding me. Maybe this is just going to go short. You can see that the cumulative delta was very much long on the open, but maybe even half of that has come out now, and they're pushing below the open almost as far as they pushed on the way up. I'm not seeing a lot of risk-off sentiment coming into the treasury yet. I do catch a hint of it maybe in the dollar, though. And maybe even in gold. Gold kind of looks, well, It's tough to read too much into that in gold, but it looks like gold might try and flip back up. That's pretty brutal selling there. Okay, so ES, it's seeing some big icebergs down in the 30s. Look at that. Chinese Foreign Ministry says China will take all necessary measures to resolutely crush any Taiwan independence plots. Independence plots, quote unquote. Should have stuck with it. Were you trying to go short? So what is, I haven't really ranted about anything too bad today. I could rant about how China is going to try and take over Taiwan and nobody's going to stop them. That's what I'm thinking about right now. So the headline that just came through again was Chinese Foreign Ministry says China will take all necessary measures to resolutely crush any Taiwan independence plots. And this is after another 64 planes invaded Taiwan airspace for the third day in a row. Sure, it was your original idea. Question is, how far is it going to go? I mean, if we get to 24, that's still that's like the low since we've been here. It will take World War III, but we'll stop them. I don't know if we will, Ace. Do you really think that if China just straight up decided, okay, like they've got these airplanes flying around in there, and then one day they decide they actually go all the way and destroy all the Taiwan military, and then they start landing troops in there, you really think that Joe Biden is going to do something? Because that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Uzi says we ain't stopping shit. I kind of feel like that what's going on right now with the current situation is that it would be a great distraction for the president. I don't think he'll do anything. I hope he does. I suppose I should say that I'm not sure. But just the fact that I'm not sure is concerning to me. You know what I mean? If Biden wants a second term, he would need to. Oh, you know what? That's a good point, Peter. If he allowed China to take over Taiwan, that would be the end of him. They would maybe even get rid of him before his term is up. Well, I think that there's still a chance that they get rid of him before his term is up, the way things are going right now. Okay, so E-mini's staged a little comeback there. Didn't get very far. Treasury's pushing back down. I'm not sure that any of that risk-off sentiment is coming into the Treasury, though. I don't know, man. Here's the thing. If Joe Biden really wants to prevent China from invading Taiwan, I would think that it would make some sense to make a statement right now about how China is, putting the airplanes in, that it is an independent country, It's just like, that's the problem, is that Biden's current actions are not in line with, Okay, I wasn't willing to let that one ride for very long, so. Maybe I'm wrong. maybe I mean the China is saying that the U.S. provocative actions over Taiwan, etc., etc., etc. So maybe Joe Biden doesn't need to say anything. Maybe Joe Biden saying something right now would just make it worse. I don't know. Wow, you made $10K in profits on crude, Lewis? Wow. Just on that up move? That's impressive. Well, I should have gone long here. I got it wrong. I think I messed up. I think that I should just quit. I mean, the best I could have done was 05, right? One spot 507 was where I took it short. So, yeah. Maybe could have made $10. Now, on the split side, the amount of volume that they pushed through to make that happen. Kind of looks like a super trend is coming in here, man. Ouch. Well, at least on that one, I managed it correctly this time. I had made that mistake a couple of times lately, haven't I? And going short was pretty risky. I'm just kind of like a little miffed about like, what should I be doing now? Is this going to continue? Because they kind of look like they might just go and go and go. You know, this looks like the one that just goes and goes and goes and surprises you. Oh, do we have some numbers here? Factory orders. Evan McMullen, who won more than 20% of the Utah's votes for president in 2016, will challenge Senator Mike Lee as an independent candidate for Utah's Senate seat next year. Robert Gerke reports. Oh boy. Oh boy. That sounds fun. I'll try one more over here. Oh, it hates me. The ES hates me so bad. Well, even though those are sim trades, if I've got 3 of those in a row, I will just stop on the ES. Okay, first Squawk is saying OPEC agrees to increase output by 400,000 barrels per day per month, says source. Which is kind of more than some people, less than some people were hoping. That's kind of the lower end of the possibilities that they had there, right? So hence oil up $2 full, and that's why Lewis made so much from it. The ES doesn't hate you. Sometimes it really does, though. The issue that I get with the ES is that I'll do pretty darn, is that it's really streaky for me. I'll do really, really well, and then I'll just do absolutely dismal. So when that happens, it's the ES hates me. There's no other explanation. There's something I'm doing that's not random. There's something that I do over there that's a bad idea and I don't realize it. And you often get this sort of a thing too, where like it seems like I'm getting good excursion and then it falls apart. Perhaps ES or you suck at trading. I don't think that I really have a very strong edge in the ES. Not really. Yeah, when you catch a big move like that, you wait for the distribution in the oil and you've be done. Right? Always try to be the gay bear in ES. Well, I'm almost always going long. I very much prefer to go long in ES, that's for sure. It's so hard not to, well, yeah. But like that's the whole thing is like if my entries are random, I shouldn't lose like 6 times in a row, right? It's unlikely, at least. or to say the frequency with which a streak of that kind happens to me can't be random. No, I don't make these numbers up. I look at my stats pretty obsessively. And I do really good in the ES, and then I'll give it up on a streak of like 6 to 10 losers. So, well, the software keeps track of every trade for us. And you can go in and you can journal on specific trades. You can like go through and like add tags to them. It's the journalytics system is freaking amazing, man. Okay, so we still get this news at the top of the hour. There's like a bunch of them that aren't necessarily high. Some my economic releases in Jigsaw's not showing them all. Factory orders month over month is the big one though. Forecast 1 spot 1. Yeah, I saw. So I'm wondering though, with the oil spill in California, how much of the coast does that hurt? Yeah, I use Journalytics. It comes with Jigsaw basically, with the Jigsaw license. So Huntington yells at you if you wear the mask. Also, they'll be happy that nobody can go to the beach anyways, huh? Well, man, the Treasury not providing much of a pullback for us, are they? And the ES trying, but not getting very far on the long. Pretty much doubt any higher than 50% probability trade due to market efficiency. Then the conclusion should be you have to earn your edge by increasing R and sample size. Well, I don't know what you're getting at, but I'm just saying on ES. So on ES, if I'm taking like equal risk reward, like the probability comes out about what they should be, but I'll get losing streaks for some reason. All of the other stats look like fine, except for the streaks. Yeah, the treasury is awfully pressured. Like, I think they're in this kind of situation where they probably need to pull back a little bit, but it just doesn't want to do it. That's the thing, they're not streaks. Yeah, it is streaky. Like, what do you... Oh, okay, but you're saying it might just be random. So if I had one streak of 6, okay, then sure. That's possible, right? But the frequency with which it happens is enough that I don't trade it live. That's that one. It's not the robot. The robot is a different thing. That's just look and feel. But yeah, losing streaks can mess up your results even when they're playing the probabilities just fine. That's the Kelly criterion direct thing, you know. Yeah. Well, yeah, another way of putting it is that the drawdowns are just too steep. Increase the sample size? Are you saying take more trades? Well, to me, having a list, like, here's the thing: if you're trading, if you're a noise trader, which let's be honest, if you're, you know, when what you're doing is basically managing risk or like trading and moving at, like, you're a noise trader, okay? You can make money being a noise trader, apparently, right? I used to think that wasn't possible, but I've decided you can make money being a noise trader, okay? So if you're a noise trader, then yeah, it's all random anyways, right? But if you're trying to trade off of an edge, right, and your edge loses 6 times in a row, then there's something wrong, right? That shouldn't happen. Oof, look at that. Okay, so the factory orders came in slightly higher than expected, 1 spot 2 versus 1 spot 1, but not... I don't know if that's enough to really move things. Oh, increase your sample size by lowering the leverage? We could do that too. But like, that's the whole problem though, is like, if what I'm doing there, it's like, if I have an edge, I shouldn't lose 6 times in a row. If I'm regularly losing 6 to 10 times in a row, then what does that mean? That means that I don't have an edge in that situation. Doesn't necessarily mean that the whole thing doesn't have edge, but it could just be like that specific situation. And so until I can figure out what that situation is, probably just shouldn't be trading it, right? Okay, so like, here's a great example. I got some pretty good favorable excursion on that, but then they came all the way back. Look at that. Oh man, they didn't stop me out. I think there's a good chance they still do it. They're doing battle there in the E-mini. Holy cow. Oh gosh, why did it do that? Jigsaw, what are you doing? Jigsaw, stop. Oh my gosh. Okay, fixed it. Diversifying instruments. No. But again, it's not like one time I had a six trade losing streak. It's like 1 to 3 times a week that'll happen, right? That's why I kind of backed off on the ES. I mean, there was a time when it was working out really well for me, when it was just like all you ever had to do was buy the dip, right? But that's definitely not this market anymore. So I guess we should be short now in the E-mini. Look at that. Now that's pretty interesting action there, the way that they flipped down like that. Because for a moment it was looking really great, right? That flipped like almost on its head on a dime. And now the Treasury is backing off. So were they really waiting for factory orders? Curious. Okay, so they came back to 30 at least. Best place to buy today is $42.95. Well, that's really far away, dude. It seems really far away, doesn't it? Nah, I think that what's going on here with me and the E-mini is that I'm going long, and today is obviously not a long day, right? Of course, that doesn't mean that I'll make money if I go short, but... Read your last message. Yes, I use Journalytics. That was the last message that I see, AO. Oh, maybe I don't have it set to... No. Maybe you need to rethink the way that you trade. Well, that's why for ES, there's like, that's the whole thing. So what I'm realizing, or what I've realized more recently, is that in the Treasury, there are often situations where I have a really solid idea of what direction it's going to go. Like you can see even in this action today, like it's tilted to the downside, right? And we know why, because we know everything about rates increasing and all of that the treasuries are going to be largely tilted to the downside, but that we could get some short swings up that are really dramatic, right? Okay, so if I'm trading in treasuries, there's an edge. Okay, now I come over to the S&P 500, and I could make a determination about that. I don't know if I really have a reason to do that today, but let's just try and come up with one right now, okay? The S&P 500 is going down because Evergrande is defaulting on its bonds, and because of some gamma and everything else that's likely to push us down to like 4250 or something like that, right? Okay, so if I had that sort of a thing, I could come in and I could try and go short. But the issue with the S&P 500 compared to the Treasury is that the S&P 500 is an index, and so there is a certain amount of randomness, noise built into it. So even if I have a really good trade, there's still like a really good chance that I'm going to get stopped out unless I'm really, really swinging it. Like I have a really, really good, strong stop, right? You know, like if I was doing like 10 point stop, for instance. There you go. Okay. So that's kind of was the whole thing. So if I'm going to trade E-minis, I want to find a different edge there, right? That's more appropriate to it, which means either one, something that really lets me take advantage of the noise, or swing trades. Although I don't know if the current time is really the best for swing trades, because they really are. The indexes continue to struggle, right? Oh, I said buy my $5,000 course with a 60% 4-to-1 risk rate. Oh man, yeah. So that's just where, like, so the thing that I find so weird is that when you look at Ace's strategy, right, like he gets away with it so often, but I don't seem to get away with it. Don't know what the deal is there. I guess I'm just asking for too much. We could try it again. Let's see here. Do I have 8? Okay. We're gonna try and go for 8s, okay? Kyle says that's why that's the best place. Like, next thing I'll say is you should really be going long only at 3800. Oh. Well, no, there's actually, let me go find it. I'll tell you the level that matters, actually. Factory orders rose more than expected in August, but it still went short. Okay. Dum 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 dum. I swear I read it like last night. A butterfly has flapped its wings. Oh, here it is. The big trade hidden under the surface. I shall link. Shall link you. You take PayPal. Okay. Okay. Hence, over the next 3 months, the 4,450 strike can act as a magnet for the market. So that's above us. But if we get below 3440, that's like really, really far away, then that could take us like lower. So that's kind of the number that I'd be looking at. That's kind of why I keep going long. Okay, we'll try it, right? That one might work. I don't know. No. It's because I went long. Yeah. I'm still kind of keeping an eye here on this treasuries. Like, 10 wouldn't be terrible. Why would anybody go long? I don't think that the downside is that dramatic. Like, there you go. Yeah, I probably missed it, but okay, finally it gave me one. So we lost one and we made one. For this to work out, I think we have to get another one to say that we pulled the ace. Now there's some iceberging going on at 30 half and 30. So if we're going to do something here in the treasury, I think that it has to be long at 10 otherwise. Don't like the way that I got the adverse excursion on that. Okay, we did it. We got the 2 points. And then you just quit, right? I just want to make my 15 points. Well, I don't know. Maybe a long it would make even more sense right now. Oh, we got a Fed speaker right now. I don't know if they're going to give me 10. I should really say it like 1 spot 5, 1 spot 0 or something like that. So that's 51 basis points and a tenth. It's not just because the Fed tells people are calculating it wrong. Well, it's not really that. It's that Bollinger. It's that a standard deviation doesn't work for a moving time series. So I think the issue is you're saying that they're people are calculating it all wrong. I bet you that you're going to show me a calculation that I already have a way of displaying and that I've tested before. So the lizard indicators have way too many options for that thing. For their, oh man, I missed it. I was looking like 51. I was just kind of waiting for it to give me like a good opportunity to get in. But it never really gave it to me, and it's coming back. Kind of looks like that the S&P 500 might be reacting to the rates more than the rates reacting to the S&P 500, right? When it comes down to price fluctuations in a certain given time, vol for short, you have a standard deviation with 50% being the reference price you observe at the moment, but when it comes down to the price touch, you're talking about Anthony Crudelli's method, aren't you? That sounds like what Anthony Crudelli does. So he waits for it to be touching his top deviation band, and then he lets it come all the way back, and then he says that's the range, and he goes within half of that. And that's what he plays around. You've never I go okay, so he did a webinar about it like on Friday. Go and watch it. I almost guarantee that's where it came from. What he's talking about. I don't actually think I've back tested that one. Am I saying that right? That like, do I not have oh no, I do. You can just barely see it. This all. Okay. So like I can come in here to this deviation band and I can say, okay, here on this open, I went to the deviation band, went way outside the deviation band, and then came back. And so now I want 50% of this. I have a drawing tool. Fibonacci retracements. So then you come back and you say from there to there, we should come back to 43, 27, 25. Can you write his name down? Yeah, he's a great guy. I really like him. So I would be cautious about like taking anything that he says on technical analysis as like a holy grail or anything like that. But he does have he had a period of success that is absolutely phenomenal. So when the S&P 500 like electronic trading first started, he was the highest volume trader of that. And he made 1 year he cleared $1 million. Like his top year he cleared $1 million. So he's a good guy to listen to. There's the E-mini goes for another little dive, eh? He'll illustrate. Okay. We can test it. Well, now with the way that it's trading, I'm kind of uncertain if we're ever going to get another good excursion. Yeah, you think they'll make it back to 132 even? So it was really the move from 132 down that I was like, I regretted missing. Now, when I look at the E-mini, like the base of the tape over there does not suggest like panic to me yet. So I think I'm going to have to say that this is still like mildly bearish action. That doesn't mean that it can't accelerate though, right? Where would we start getting into more? So we got a distribution that we're kind of in here from Friday. So once you get below like 4,300, then it starts to become a little bit more dire. Ooh, look at that. Strong bid to push it up.
Block buy.
Now on the split side, the when I took the trade and I went short, what just happened there was kind of what I was expecting to happen. So it wasn't completely crazy. It wasn't a completely crazy trade, but it was the wrong trade. It was definitely the wrong trade. $132 balances things back out though. See, if the E-mini keeps selling like this, then the treasuries could probably come back up to the highs. What do you think? Do you see there? They traded through 0.5 really easily. 1,000 already hitting. Let's clear the trades up above us. Okay, so maybe 0.5 is where they kind of have to break. Oh, okay. Look at that. According to Politico, McConnell wrote to Biden about the debt limit. Oh, I misread what Kyle was saying there earlier. When it comes down to price fluctuations in a given time, volatility for short, you have a standard deviation with 50% being the reference price you observe at the moment, but when it comes down to price touch, like max price and min price, there's 2 standard deviations. Well, no. So what you're saying is if you look at the range of a bar, you can run a standard deviation on it, is what you're saying. Like you can come in here, we can pull up a chart. And we can say, here is the ES on a 1 minute chart. Okay. And then I have this nifty little indicator called the range. Range, yes, sir. The range of the bar, and that's how big each bar is. Okay. And then I have this other nifty one from Lizard Indicators. We'll just do the Bollinger, multi-Bollinger or multi-deviation bands. Let's do multi-deviations bands. Okay, so here we're going to change the input series to be range. Bum-ba-da-dum. Okay. Range, and then we'll still use a simple moving average, mean, absolute deviation, mid-band period, deviation, multiplier. So you're probably saying one standard deviation on a 10 period SMA, something like that. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to move it down to here. Da-da-da-da. Okay. And then I can turn around and I can say, if the range is outside of that deviation, it is going to revert somewhat. We might be able to pull that. It looks like there's still a fat tail bit. There's still a part where you get it wrong over and over and over again. By the way, are we gonna... Range bars and range deviations are from top to bottom. I'm talking HOS far price reaches given a certain period. Well, I'm using the range of that particular bar. How is that not? Or are you saying I need to go and take the VIX and... Jay not doing so well today, by the way. He prefers those longs for sure. Look at that. My iceberg at 31.5. And they got through it. He is still very bearish. Look at that. Just nibbling at the lows. No crazy stop run or anything. Just kind of nibbling. Maybe a long right there. Nope. Nope. Okay, well that one was just lucky. That one was just lucky. Did you see how close they came to I took that down around the lows thinking they might have a little bit of a bounce here. And they decided to go for another push further first before they did it, but I did get it. That was totally random. Okay, let's see here. So I do see something going on here with some volume between 132, 0, half, and 1. But the E-mini still doesn't appear to be done with its downside. So there's still a possibility that Treasury goes up to the high of the day. The Senate parliamentarian has ruled that a standalone plan to raise the debt ceiling could be voted under the reconciliation method, which requires only a simple majority of senators to pass, says a source familiar with the matter. Which means that it's probably the parliamentarian that told them that. That's how that works. Okay. So a little bit into a 1 there. Note, though, that the 6J isn't really coming along with it yet. Yeah. ES having a hard time finding some buy-side liquidity that wants to hold it, huh? Maybe right there. That could be something. No. Detecting a little bit of panic there. Oh, Jay, just stop. Just stop. You're done. You're done. No. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the first stop was 4304. The second stop is 73. That's not good. That was a drop. Blimey, yeah, it was. But I'm kind of reading the options here now, and I'm kind of starting to realize that there's probably more in this. No. Look at that. I think in the treasuries, guys on both sides have had trouble, huh? Expanding range, very much so. Short all day. Well, I'm just looking at this that like 75 is like the next kind of target. So like oof, almost. Well, I had a really lucky one in my favor. It wouldn't surprise me to have an unlucky one right there. Okay, now the treasuries. Woo! They seem to be playing this like it's gonna bounce. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, that treasury is coming back hard. By the way, U.S. Trade Representative Tai is speaking right now. I think that might be part of what's going on. I don't know. I think I had the right idea with that last trade in the treasury that I gave up, but I'm probably looking for too small of a thing. Like the amount of opportunity that's actually available is actually not that big. Someone tell me what. So we didn't really see a specific headline that really closely correlates to the down move, but I do see a lot of information this morning about tensions between Taiwan and China, and U.S. Trade Representative Tai saying things like stopping trade between the U.S. and China is not a feasible option. The steel and aluminum, what's this? Steel and aluminum engagement with the EU follows the same line of thinking and spirit as the arrangement to settle the civil aircraft trade issue. That could possibly be it. It does look like they may have found a good base, although given the position, I think there's still a really big risk that they only get back up to like 4,300 or so and then plunge down to 7. But The treasuries seem to be suggesting to us that something's flipped. So we'll see. Let's reset this down here. That move up kind of has the hallmarks of a puke on it, doesn't it? A good career choice right now is trucking clear out the ports. Maybe. Okay, there's another 2 ticks down. If I had just waited another minute or two, man. That sucks. It really sucks. Back to the open. Well, the E-mini is sure looking nice right now. They are finally going to flip through the ATR stop. So I think that you're seeing a lot of shorts getting out now. They're not quite there. Probably they need to be at like 4,300 out, right? Can you believe all of the number of people that are getting fired in healthcare over in New York over their law? I was like, what? Are you guys crazy? Of course they're crazy. It's New York. So it's like a not insignificant number of healthcare workers in a situation where we're already short healthcare workers. Taiwan says we are in constant contact with friendly countries in order to collectively curb China's malicious provocations. I think AO said at some point that he was going short, but that he decided not to take it or he missed it. I think the more interesting question is, would you have modified anything based off of that most recent swing? That's a good, 50-point drop in the ES from the open? Let's say that it was started at 40 and went to 20. It's a good 60-point drop. Change the name of the stream here. I didn't like the order flow. I missed some good points today. So now that is, you know what, AO, I think that you are picking up on something for real though, right? Like the order flow when this all started was a little odd, I would say. And I'm sitting here wondering why that might be. So the thing is that often when I get these moves that don't seem to follow along with what the futures are doing, it's options order flow. Although in this case, when it did start dropping, we did see a lot of hedging coming in by selling the S&P 500 futures. So Lucas says, for me, it wasn't quite different from other days. Are you talking about the UST? Well, no. So like when you look in the ES, off of the open, there was a pretty strong delta buying off of the open. And then it kind of fell and was like wishy-washy. So they were like wishy-washy until 8 o'clock. When 8 o'clock came along, factory orders was slightly higher than expected, which you would have thought would have been a good idea, right? But at that point, somebody went like hardcore short, right? So that one kind of suggests, so what I'm seeing right now kind of says to me, I'm not so sure that traders are making some fundamental call on the economy right now. And what I'm seeing in the treasuries doesn't seem to match up with that exactly either. The treasuries interest rates were rising quite considerably before they were rising quite considerably as ES was falling. And you know, then at some point the risk aversion did start coming in. But man, the treasury has kind of seen both sides of the range here so far, right? But so I'm kind of thinking that this must be more of a technical flow. Now I see that I can see ES trading at less than 50 lots on the inside market. Yeah. Well, and that's a good point too, is that the liquidity is a little bit lighter in the treasury in ES, right? Like we're used to seeing more like 200, 250. And on all of the inside levels, it's only like 50. So, but that's probably just because we had such a strong down move. The market makers don't want to really put money at risk right now. The treasury, I would say, on the other side, I would say has had very unusual behavior because we saw a very strong down move. Like the most of it was a very strong down move. And then when the risk off move did come, that was really crazy strong. But then that peaked and came back super hard as well. So the treasuries are trading quite unusually volatile, right? The market makers are now further away from the market. With all that, it is kind of like it does look like that the buyers are trying to dig in here and trying to push up for higher. So this kind of all depends on the ES. If the ES is able to form a higher low here, and that might be enough to see, they didn't quite get to the average true range stop. They were able to prevent that, which could be dangerous because the S&P 500 could still go to the 42.75 or so. That's like a really big juicy stop for options. So we just kind of have to see what happens. So they're awfully close to it. Seeing that? I don't know. Are you going to get that close and not go for it? No, that's a scratch. Oh well. Yes, break Friday lows. No, I think Friday's low is like way lower. Oh man. Okay, if the S&P 500 were to break through Friday's lows, that would be a very unusually volatile move for sure. Not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying you're really starting to talk about a real outlier. Like those kind of outliers are not like uncommon. It's maybe like once a month, but like maybe during the depths of the coronavirus crisis that we saw that sort of a thing. Exceptional day in ZB. Well, man, especially if you got that long. But like the long came back hard. And then now it's coming back up hard. I can't really say where it's going to go here now. That looked like some real panic came into the markets. That's for sure. It was kind of weird how that worked because I was kind of starting to get alarmed well before the volume really started to show signs of panic. You know what I mean? It's like, what? This is getting a little scary, guys. What's going on? And then the volume came. Would have been a killer short. Yeah, there could have been some opportunities, but like again, they weren't very clear trades, were they? Like if we go back to last week, some of the trades that we got, especially in the treasuries, were like just glaringly obvious what was going to happen. Today, at every point, I feel like there's been a lot of uncertainty for me, at least. Yes, I mean, I guess you did say that it was going to go short, but I mean, come on, it was a little sketchy at first, right? That's why I didn't take it. Yeah. So the big question again becomes, okay, so if it's that uncertain, why is it going so far? Especially when we're like at the beginning of the month and the options contracts and all that sort of stuff. It does seem like there's no way that I would have come in and said that we would have had such an outlier of a day today, right? There's no way I would have said that coming in today. I might have been able to come in and say, yeah, maybe we'll have a down day, but there's no way that I would have said that they're going to go to the second standard deviation based on options pricing. Fear, yeah. Could be. Whatever it is, it's a pretty crazy flow, right? We're going to definitely need to do a little bit more research and see if we can figure some more out about what's causing it. Doesn't look to me like it's completely fundamentally based. So there could be some crazy option stuff going on and so forth. 70 points in the yes now, yeah. Well, so 42.75 is like where a lot of options are just like really taken on the nose. So like I said, it's a very unusual. It would be extremely unusual for the S&P 500 to close below 42.75. I'm not saying that's a trade. I'm not saying, don't get me, when I say something like that, I'm not saying you should take a trade based off of that. I'm just saying it's extremely unusual. It's 4 minutes. Am I going to close it? I don't know, man. At first I was kind of thinking, well, I might be able to just hold this for a while. But now it's kind of starting to look like who knows what's going to happen. It kind of does look like they're long biased now. If only they could do it. Well, I'm still here and I'm just paying attention to other things, right? So I'm totally okay with trying to hold a swing. It's just I have to have a really good reason to think that I should hold a swing. And in this situation, I'm not sure if this qualifies or not, right? It's kind of a tough call, I think. If you analyze the bid-ask pulling stacking, it's fairly obvious that the market moves to the path of laser, that's for sure. But, Kulud, the thing that you got to realize is that a lot of the reason why they pull is because of the amount of market orders that they're seeing come in, right? And correlations. How many guys did you throw into the... What, you mean the going along the rates? Just one. Just one. I mean, I had a loser earlier, so I'm down a little bit today. Just like $9. Probably should have put 2 contracts on that one, and then when it got up to 10, could have taken one off. Oh, I thought it had less tick value. Oh, no. Yeah, it's only $1 per tick. Okay, so the E-mini did go lower, but it bounced very quickly. I don't know, but it's time for me to get going. Oh, well, look at that. That's good. I'm going to try and hold it to the close if I can, but we'll see. I'm going to have to keep a close eye on it and manage it and stuff. So, but I've got to get going, so I don't know what to say. We're going to... You do research. You come back on this video if you find anything and come and leave comments. And by the way, don't forget to immediately after this stream go and watch the video that I put about data feeds, Rhythmic CQG, and go and give it a comment about which... I'm going to go and leave a comment. What data feed are you using right now? Go and leave me a comment, all right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay profitable, friends.